In this episode, we're going to block out the character. At this stage, we're not focusing on details, just the overall shapes and proportion. The goal is to create a solid base that we can refine later. I'm going to use one of Zbrush base meshes to split things up. You can find it in Tool, this one. I think this can give us a pretty good start. I'm going to delete the hair, we don't need it. As you can see, it has clean topology and polygroup, which makes it easier to work with. The key here is to work big to small. Start with the main forms before thinking about muscles, details, or anatomy. Right now I'm using the move brush with low intensity, as always, to adjust the overall silhouette. I want to make sure the torso, arms, and legs feel balanced. So yeah, our character is a lot bigger. Make the shoulder a little bit bigger. And I'm going to make the trapezius muscle a little bit more pronounced. Maybe lower the arm a little bit by holding down Control and selecting Mask Lasso. By holding down Alt and click on the object, you can change the position of the gizmo like this. So I'm masking the part that I want to rotate, and while you hold down Control and click on object, you can make the mask smoother. I also like to use transpose tools to stretch or adjust the body part if something feels off. So now I'm going to lower the head a little bit. And I can use clay buildup to refine this part. Probably I should make him a little bit shorter. And don't worry about the looking of the character, it's a little bit ugly at the first, but we're going to refine it as we progress. Going to make the hands a little bit bigger. One thing to remember, even at this early stage, I'm constantly rotating the model to check the forms from all angles. It's easy to make something look good from front, but the side and back are just as important. Making the deltoid a little bit bigger, as you can see here. Now I'm going to use damage standard with low intensity to define the shapes and landmarks. We can use inflate brush to make the muscles a little bit bigger. And maybe define the forms and bony landmarks on the face a little bit more. I'm using a sand brush. We can hold down Ctrl and Shift and select this poly group, and Ctrl and click for masking, and Ctrl Shift and click again to bring that part back. Once again, hold Control and click. You can smooth the mask, which you can find it here. Blur the mask like this, and make it a little bit. I move it a little bit forward. Changing his nose a little bit. We need more polygons to define more shapes, but at this stage I don't need to do that. It's not necessary. We just need to have basic shapes here, and that's good enough. Maybe a wider nose. Make the skull shape a little bit. From the top view, the head should have an egg-like shape with the back being wider and the front tapering in, like this. It's going to be looking better, you know, when we divide it a couple of times and refine the shapes a little bit more and adding the beards and the horns. But for now it's kind of okay. We're good. Maybe tilt the head a little bit forward like this. Right now I'm not too worried about anatomy, focusing on the overall shapes and proportion to match the concept. That's why I'm working on different parts of the body all at once. And after adding all the clothing and assets, we'll check the proportion again to refine them and get closer to the concept. Check all the angles. Clay build up to adding a little bit of forms. Define the skull shape a little bit. Maybe move the hips and legs a little bit backward. And make the legs a little bit more bigger. And using inflate brush, let me rotate the hands a little bit to make it a little bit more natural pose. You can use the polygroup too to masking out. Like this. It's a little bit more relaxed now. Maybe nose should be this. I think it's a little bit wider, especially for the eyes. Always remember to save your file in different versions, so if anything goes wrong, you have a backup to go back to. I'm going to make the pectoralis muscle a little bit more pronounced and adding a little bit of weight to it. You can use mask to define form and shape a little bit, like this. Maybe it's too short now. Let me change it. Standard brush. I use Shift F for seeing the polygons and polygroups and stuff like that. Shortcut is Shift F. Alright, I think it's good enough for now. We can continue working on it in the next episode.